everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Pauline, the analyst. Have you ever needed to find the earliest date, the cheapest product, or the lowest score in your database? Today we're mastering the SQL minimum function. So this is the essential tool that you can use to pinpoint the minimum values in your data. So whether you're analyzing your prices, performance metrics, or your time-based data, the SQL minimum function is for you. So let's dive in. In this video, we are going to cover 1. What min actually does and when to use it. 2. The crucial difference between min and order by, that is limit 1. 3. A step-by-step setup with a sample product and sales database. 4. How to find minimums within groups using group by. And finally, real-world examples from inventory management and analytics. So let's get started. In our next segment, I want us to understand what min actually means. So imagine you're a product manager. Your boss asks, what's the lowest price we've ever sold a laptop for? You could scroll through thousands of rows, or you could use min. The min function does one job brilliantly. It scans a column and returns the smallest value. It works with numbers, dates that is earliest, and even text alphabetically that comes first. Also, it ignores null values. Min is an aggregate function, meaning it's designed to return a single summarized value which is perfect for using with group by. Order by is about sorting entire results. On to our next segment, I want us to set up our database. Let's create a realistic product sales table to practice with. This will include different products, their prices, categories, and sale dates. And we all know to create a table, we first start by writing create table. Our product name will be the product sales. Our table name will be product sales. Open our bracket. Then we create our columns. So my first column will be the sale ID. And since it's a number, its data type will be an integer that is represented by int, and this will be the primary key of the table. Next column will be the product name, and since it's text, its data type will be varchar, and I do not want it to have more than 50 characters. Next column will be the category column, and since it's text, it will be varchar, and I don't want it to have more than 50 characters as well. My next column will be the sale price, and since it's price, its data type will be a decimal, since we all know that amount or money can have decimals in them. Then my final column will be the sale date, and since it's a date, its data type will be a date as well. So let's close the bracket, finish our query, highlight it, and then execute it. And voila, our table has been created successfully. Next, we want to insert sample data into this table that we have. And to insert data, we have to use insert into. We want to insert into our table name, which is the product sales table. And we are inserting values into this table. So for my first row, we have the sale ID, which is 1, the product name, which is Ultra Laptop Pro. Next is category, which is electronics. Next is the sale price, which is 1500. Next is the sale date, which is 15th of May 2023. Next is the sale date, which is 15th of May 2024. So for my next row, we have the sale ID, which is 2, the product name, which is Ultra Laptop Pro. The category is also electronics. The sale price is $14.50. The sale date is 20th of June 2024. My next row, we have our sale ID is 3. Product name is Smartphone X. Category is electronics. Our sale price is $800. Our sale date is 17th of May 2024. On to our next row, our sale ID will be 4. Our product name is Smartphone X. Our category is also electronics. Our sale price is $750. our sale date is 1st of July 2024. Next column, we have our sale ID, which is 5. Our product name is Coffee Master. Our category is appliances. Our sale price is 99.99. Then our sale date will be 1st of May 2024. Next row, our sale ID is 6. Our product name is Blender 2000. Our category is appliances. Our sale price is 49.99. Our sale date is 10th of June 2024. And our final row, the sale ID is 7. The product name is Blender 2000. Our category is appliances as well. Our sale price is 45.99. Then our sale date is 10th of August 2024. So let's finish our query. So highlight your query and then execute it. And voila, 7 rows have been affected. So if I want to go and check my table, I will select from the product sales table, highlight it, and then execute it, and voila, my table has been created. So on to our next segment, I want to give you the basic minimum demo. So let's answer that first question. What's the absolute lowest price in our table? This is a great simple use case for min. So for us to do that, we'll write select. And since we're using min, we'll write min. We are finding the minimum of the sale price because we are finding the lowest price in our entire table. So the column that we'll use is the sale price. And its alias will be absolute minimum price. All this is from the product sales table. So as you can see, our absolute min price from the entire table is 45.99. That is the lowest price that we had. So our key observations here should be the minimum returns just one row with one column, the smallest value found. And then 2, we aliased it with as to make the result clear. So on to our next segment, I want us to see min with group by function. And then we group by the product name. So highlight our query and then execute it. And then as we can see, our absolute minimum price from the lowest to the highest. So my lowest price is 45.99 and my highest price is 14.50. So let's find the earliest sale date for each category. So that will be select. And since we're looking at the categories, we'll use the column category. And we're finding the earliest sale date. That means we're looking for the minimum sale date. Min of the sale date column. And its earliest will be the first sale date. All this is from the product sales table. And we want to group by the category. So highlight your query and then execute it. And voila. So our first sale date was the appliances. That was on 1st of May 2024. For the appliances was 1st of May 2024. And then for the electronics, first sale date was on 15th of May 2024. So the pro tip I want us to understand is that the minimum of, for example, our case here, the sale date column, we find the earliest or the oldest date, which is incredibly useful for finding a fast event. So on to our next segment, I want us to use having with min. So what if we want to filter our results based on this minimum value? We can't use where because the minimum value doesn't exist until after the grouping. This is where having comes in. For example, find all products whose lowest sale price was below $50. So for us to do that, we'll start by writing select. And since we are finding all products whose lowest sale price was below $50, we'll start with the product name because we're finding products. So the product name column. Then we find the minimum of the sale price column. And this will be as the minimum price. All this is from the product sales table. We want to group by the product name. Then having the minimum of the sale price column to be less than $50. So I want us to understand that this filters, the having function, filters based on the aggregate. So highlight your query and then execute it, and voila. The products whose lowest sale price was below $50 was the Blender 2000, which is $45.99. So I want us also to understand a common pitfall. The number one logical mistake with minimum is losing context. Our query found the minimum price for Ultra Laptop Pro was $14.50, right? Let me go back to that table, as you can see. So our query found the minimum price for Ultra Laptop Pro was $14.50, but when did that sale happen? Who sold it? Our basic group by query can't tell us that because it collapses all the rows. So to find the details of the row that contains the minimum value, you'd need a subquery or a window function, a topic for a future video, okay? So for now, just remember, minimum gives you the value, but not the other details from its row by default. So on to our next segment, I want us to understand the real world use cases. Where do we use minimum function? Number one, in inventory management. Here is where you find the product with the lowest stock level. Two, we have HR analytics. This is where they identify the earliest hire date in each department. Number three, we also have game development, where you can track a player's fastest completion time for a level. And finally, in the finance department, where you can determine the lowest point a stock price reached in a given period. So on to our next segment, we have a performance tip for you guys. So if you're frequently searching for minimum values on a specific column, an index on that column can dramatically speed up the minimum and maximum functions. So the database can just read the first or last entry in the index instead of scanning the entire table. Very, very simple. And that's the minimum function, your key to finding critical lower bounds in your data. If this video helped, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe for more future tutorials. Got any questions or suggestions for future videos? Drop them in the comment section below. So until next time, happy coding!